All right, so we are now in this portal. So welcome everyone to the end of illusions. I am so happy to be here with you. You have no idea how much passion has been poured into this session. And the reason why is because this year has been such a transformation journey for many of us. Some of us have had easy transformations, some of us have had challenging transformations. But what it is true is that this year has been extremely healing for most of us. For most of the souls that are in a journey of healing, this has been the year. And I want you to just think back, look back into February last year, or no, February this year, sorry. What was happening during that time? What were you and what was in your awareness during February? Because that's when the snake year kicked in. Now we are at the end. So we see the snake, we have the head, the body, and then the tail. So we can just say that we are at the end of that tail, and we have a few more months to take advantage of this beautiful moment. Okay, we won't have a moment like this in a long time. So the snake year has brought us all those aspects of our life that needed healing. There might have been issues with relationships, there might have been issues in the job, or in your health, or in your spirituality, or overall, everything crumbled. Because for some people, this is a true reality. Everything changed, everything shifted. So I want you to just think back on what has happened to you this year and what are you ready to shed so that next year you can come in a different vibration. The reason why this is so important is because the next year, so for anyone that doesn't know, this is the snake year with the element of earth. Okay, so this is a more grounded energy, so that's why we're kind of just being asked to shed all of that density. Okay, the next year we're talking about the horse of fire. So that is an energy that requires more dynamism, fire, passion, and it will propel you forward if you have done the work. So this is the key. If we haven't done the work, we're going to have more difficulties when the fire kicks in, okay? There's going to be many blocks, there's going to be many obstacles that we should have shed this year. So this is a gentle invitation to just think about what have you done in this year and what is still pending, because for many of us, again, we are at the end of the snake, right? The snake year. So in order for the completion to happen, we need to just make sure there's no more trash, no more blocks, no more things holding you back, right? So this is why we created this, because many of us are doing the work, but some of us are struggling, some of us want to take the advantage of the energy, but we don't know what we need to shed. So I channel this session with the collective of the Divine Feminine, and we're going to be working with them tonight. And it's going to be a beautiful portal for rebirth. Okay, this is the entire idea of rebirth and for end of illusions. But in order for us to rebirth, we need to see what is our true form, our truth at a soul level. Because otherwise, we're just going to be perpetuating the same cycle. Okay, so I just want you to sit down and draw 2 or 3 lines of where were you in February this year and where you would like to be in February next year. And just think about on all these different aspects. It can be on a physical level, it can be on an emotional level, it can also be on a mental level, it can be on um, a spiritual level, obviously, but it can also be on any other aspect. It can be very specific too. Maybe you want to feel in a specific way with a relationship, or you want to feel in a specific way with your job or your situation. Whatever it is, just feel free to jot down 1 or 2 sentences that you would like to anchor. Now, as I was just as you're doing that, I'm just going to continue talking as the information flows in, because we are welcoming, obviously, the Divine Feminine Collective, who is working with us. This is the same collective that supported us last year in Break Free. And there's a couple of participants here, so welcome again. And we want to just continue the work. This is going to be a different journey from last year, because each year requires a different frequency and vibration, and obviously an energetic match. So I want to just talk about, again, what are the gifts of the snake, this totem animal who has been guiding us this entire year, is the element of healing, the element of wisdom and transformation. It's also quite feminine. So, in a sense, it is that representation of the feminine and intuition. For some of us, we have a negative connotation to snakes based on whether we are on a religious background, or maybe we don't necessarily have any resonance towards the energy of the snake. But I just want you to let you know that the attributes of this beautiful animal are wisdom, healing, transformation, sexuality and sensuality, and intuition. So we're going to be working around those aspects, because probably this year, some of these were triggers for you, okay? Maybe some of these years were challenging on a healing, or in a mental aspect, or maybe on a transformational aspect, right? And this year required a lot of devotion from you. And now you're here. So this is wonderful. Now, if we want to make sure we're using that frequency so that you can have all the beauties, all your manifestations fulfilled next year, what is it that you need to let go so that you can become that version of you that can receive that? And this is very important, because sometimes we don't understand that in order to open ourselves to receive, we need to make space for that. And in some cases, we're holding on to sorrow, we're holding on to fears, we're holding on to pain, or even identities of who we were that don't let us move forward. So this is kind of like an invitation for us to see, where have we spent our time in this year, and where has our awareness be? So I'm just gonna have you guys tell me a couple of those things, because you are in the live session, so I can happily weave in any personal issues that came up for you. We have a general channel session, but if something really particular came up for you, feel free to just let us know. Now, when I was tuning into the collective of this group, all the people that are in the live and all the people that will watch the replay, there was a common aspect. And the common aspect was feeling drained, disconnected, and overworked. These aspects were very prominent. They felt like there was a lack of soul nourishment in the field. And this was the first thing that Divine Mother said to me: we need to nourish them on a soul level. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying that. And I'm just looking at heads nodding. So it sounds like everybody here, me included, had some of that this year. So I'm just bringing that into your awareness, because it's really much in the field. Now, another thing that came up were inner struggles with the mental mind. Okay, so the mental construct are our subconscious mind, are all those programs that are running endlessly and that are making our reality real. Okay, and in this case, some of those programs were limiting us. They can be beneficial, or they can be limiting us. For this group in particular, there was a lot of ancestral suffering coming into the mental construct of the people. So this means that in some way, shape, or form, the struggles of your lineage have been imprinted in you, and you are repeating their struggles over and over, and you're not even necessarily aware of this. And you are making yourself responsible for that. So I'm going to address that part too, but I just wanted to let everybody know why this is important. If we want to become free and if we want to end the illusion, we need to be aware that even though we belong to a lineage and we are grateful to the lineage, we can also do things differently. Okay? So there's a real liberation there because we need to honor the lineage, obviously. We come from there. We have them in our blood system. They are in our DNA, and we wouldn't be here if it's not for them. So we really bow to our existence to them. But we can also choose differently, and we can create from a different space that they didn't have the chance. Okay? We are very blessed because we have all this technology and all this information now. And even though sometimes it's wrong or overwhelming, some of this allows us to connect like this, right? So this is a new way of connection and communication, which our ancestors didn't have. So I think that we're in a very specific position in time and space to change our lineage and to move our lineage from suffering to freedom. That's why End of Illusions here, because honestly, I am being devoted my path into weaving all of this together. And I do want, and I do think, and I'm getting chills as I'm saying this, we do deserve freedom in all of the lineages. So just make a note of what has been keeping your lineage or your family lines stuck. Has it been a disease? Has it been money or lack of money? Has it been war or pain or suffering or anything else? Maybe it's just something that is always happening in every single generation, or maybe it's just something that you don't quite know how is it manifesting, but that you know is connected to this. So whatever comes to your awareness, just don't judge it, just put it down into your notes and make sure to have it in your awareness. Now, how is everybody feeling as I'm saying all of this? Because it has been a tough year. So I know the nervous system needs nourishment, the soul needs nourishment. So, how is everybody feeling right now as I'm discussing this? Good? Yes? No? All right. Well, feel free to put it in the chat as we are just going to read a few of those out loud once they come in. Now, I want to just let you know how the structure of End of Illusion will be. After we finish this discussion, I'm going to start opening the space. We're going to get a transmission, and you're going to receive vibrations and energies into your field. Once that happens, we're going to be guided into a transformation journey, and you will be receiving quite a lot. Be mindful that this is a collective group, but each one will receive exactly what you need. So it will be an individualized receiving transmission. So I'm just going to read a few of these. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's been really harsh this year. Yes, it has. So I want everybody to just take a deep breath in, even if you're in the recording. Just close your eyes and put your hands next to your chest. And just allow yourself to begin doing some butterflies in a very gentle movement. This will allow us to ground a little bit more. And we're just going to let our bodies feel safe and to just gently disconnect from all the buzz and all the crazy that we experience during this week. And as I'm saying this, I feel the vibration of the field a little bit better. Good. You can continue doing that if that feels good. And this is a general aspect that will lower and bring you back into your center. So just allow yourself to receive a little bit more of that. There's another comment coming in. I feel the need to make a pause and have more time for myself. from all the noise and rush from outside. Nourishing myself is something that my body and my soul needs the most at this moment. Okay, thank you for sharing that. And it's exactly what the guidance was telling us about this session and these needs of this field. So, as we're all having our eyes closed now, I think we can just all go back into our space and we can just begin the journey. So, I invite you to just close your eyes, taking a nice deep breath in and releasing any tension, energies that are not yours out of the field. Breathing in deeply and allowing more light into your head, allowing that light to fill your entire body with this beautiful light, allowing yourself to see a pillar of light descending into the earth and connecting to Mother Earth, allowing yourself to receive all the support and grounding from Mother Earth. And in this case, we're going to connect to the fire core of the earth in the most highest beneficial forms. This looks like real fire. Allow this real fire with hues of red and golden come up through your feet, warming your feet and your legs and grounding you down all the way to the center of the earth. Allow that light to continue going up into your root chakra as it opens and expands. Allow that energy to go up into your second chakra as it opens and expands. Allow that energy to go into your solar plexus as it opens and expands. Allow that fire into your heart center as it opens and expands. And allow that fire to go up through your throat chakra as it opens and expands. Allow that energy to continue going up into your third eye as it opens and expands. And allow that energy to rise into your crown chakra as it opens and expands. And just continue seeing how that energy creates a fire bubble of light around you. It's a beautiful energy field that is dynamic and transmutes anything that is not in alignment with divine light. And just continue seeing how that bubble of light and you within it rises and goes up through the ceiling, goes up through the sky, goes up into the different dimensions, into the laws, and into a beautiful pearl opalescent light, connecting to pure consciousness of unconditional love frequency. And we're going to continue going up. You will see and be taken to a beautiful temple of light. And this beautiful temple of light is of indigo color. Allow yourself to see the indigo hues of the space and of the door of the temple. Allow yourself to feel that this is a sacred space. So gently bowing your head and stating your intention of receiving guidance and healing in this rebirth process. And just allow yourself to see how the door opens and it allows you through into a water temple. See how the element of water runs freely in this space, allowing a beautiful sensation of peace, of love, clarity, and balance. And across time and space, we call upon your spiritual team, your guides, your angels, your higher self, masters, teachers, guides, and the divine feminine essence to be with us now for guidance, assistance, and healing, that love us, honor, and respect us, and that are here of their own free will to support us in this transmission. We also call in your soul. So allow yourself to see how you and your soul are walking down a beautiful corridor of light. And you will be taken to two chambers tonight. The first chamber will appear at your left, and the second chamber will appear at your right. Allow yourself to choose the first door as you enter this second portal. And this space will have a door, a bed, and a chalice. Allow yourself to lay down in this bed. And as you gently just connect to this space, bring your soul with you. Allow your soul to pour its essence into the chalice. And just begin to see how your soul begins to clear you, purifying your body of all the illusions, all the blocks that still hold you back. Allow yourself to receive as we begin this connection. And just allow yourself to see how it begins to clear your head, your throat, your heart, and your root chakra, creating vortexes of light. So just allow yourself to release from these spaces absolutely all the pain that you are carrying. Good. And just allow yourself to see how those vortexes now are eased out, and your soul will fulfill or fill these energy centers with clarity, wisdom, transformation, intuition, authenticity, and integrity. Just allow yourself to receive these codes into all these centers. Just relaxing and receiving even more light. Good. We're requesting the full purification of your vessel so that you can enter the next chamber of light. Good. And we're going to invite the animal totem of the snake. And she will begin surrounding the bed that you are in a gentle and loving way, creating a beautiful circle of light around you. Allow yourself to see how the snake ends right behind its tail. Allow this beginning and end to connect. And the snake will give you a message. For some of you, it is time to let go of the past and create a new future. For some of you, you have been living an illusion, a lie. For some of you, you have been feeling secure in comfort, but that is keeping you small. For some of you, it is time to earn and find the courage to live a fulfilling life. And for some of you, it is time to embrace your soul purpose and support humanity. It can be something else completely to you, but just allow yourself to hear the message the snake has been giving you this entire year. And in general, she's letting me know that it is time for everybody in this call to embrace more of their soul so that they can feel the passion and enjoy their lives without so much suffering. She wants you to know that there are aspects of your life where you suffer greatly. And she wishes for you to leave that suffering behind. Some of that suffering is not even yours. So I invite you now to center and connect to your body and connect to the place where you are holding this pain, this suffering. And we're going to begin extracting those aspects from you. So just allow yourself to surrender those sufferings, even if you don't understand where they began. Just allow yourself to surrender them to the snake. Good. And we're going to support you in canceling some programs so that it is easier for you. We're going to cancel the program, my suffering is my identity. If I don't suffer, I am not alive. In order to continue the suffering of my lineage, I must suffer too. In order to honor my lineage, I must suffer like them. I sacrifice myself for the good of others. I sacrifice my passion for the good of others. It is unsafe to live a life without fears. It is unsafe to live a life without pain. What makes me human is pain. We're going to cancel those programs from your field, so you only need to say yes to release them. So just allow yourself to release these programs from all of your fear, from all the fields of all who are here or in the replay. And we're going to request the following programs to be replaced. So let me just connect to see which programs are needed for this group. It is safe and possible to live a life without suffering. I'm worthy of a life of passion. I'm worthy of a life without suffering or pain. It is safe for me to embrace my soul. It's safe for me to embrace my power. It is safe for me to be part of this lineage without carrying it. I know how to belong in my lineage without perpetuating its suffering. It is safe for me to break free from the suffering of the lineage. I know how to be part of this lineage and be myself too. I know how to connect to my soul, and I know how to receive nourishment from my soul. And I embrace my transformation without fear. So if you agree with these programs, just allow yourself to receive a beautiful bubble of light into your third eye, expanding these new programs to all your frequency and vibration and to all of your being. Now that you have been prepared for the second chamber, your soul will guide you back to the first room. And you will begin to open the second door. In this space, you will find an aspect of you who is still in pain and who is needing healing from us. This aspect of you has been experiencing a lot of triggering, a lot of suffering during this year. This is the block that you continuously encounter over and over again. So just allow yourself to enter the room and without judging, just observe this version of you in the center of the space. We're going to welcome this aspect of you. Good. And this aspect feels quite young. The first aspect that is showing up is a 15-year-old version of you. The second aspect that is showing up is a 5-year-old version of you. And the third aspect of you that is showing up is 1-year-old. So just allow yourself to see which of these versions is calling you forward. Allow yourself to connect to one of these versions and see how they feel. See what is the message, what is the lesson that you have been guided to let go of. Good. Now, the version that is more prevalent for this group and that is requiring healing has to do with overwork. And this is an aspect that feels that it has been passed down from the father down to all the people in this transmission. So just allow yourself to connect to that version of you that is requiring you to sacrifice yourself for work, that requires you to do more, to prove more, and to sacrifice everything else for the sake of work. Just allow yourself to see the suffering that has brought you and your lineage. What I'm seeing is for some of you, this has brought a lot of pain. So allow yourself to connect to this version of you. And ask it, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to rest? So we're going to call back or call in the energy of your father And just see how this version of your father joins the room. And for some of you, your grandfather is showing up too. So just welcome this lineage and your grandfather and your father into this space. And begin to just receive information of why they did this, or what were the choices that they had to do in order to keep the lineage safe. And just express your gratitude to your father and your grandfather for the sacrifice that they did, so you could be here exploring your spirituality. Good. Allow yourself to have a conversation with your father and explore what attributes you have from the lineage that are positive, and just feel all the love that runs in that lineage, regardless of the circumstances that your father and your grandfather had with you. Just see how much love there is for you in this lineage. And bowing your head and thanking your father for the life that he gave you, the possibility of being here. And we're going to release any vows, agreements, contracts that you may have with him and your grandfather, to overworking, to slavery, to complete detachment of everything else but work. We're also going to cancel and clear any connection to frustration, exhaustion, fear, abuse, abuse of power, sadness, depression, and anxiety. We're just going to take a moment now to release all of that from the field. And bring closer this version of you that is in front of you. See what it means. And for some of you, what it requires is courage. For some of you, what requires is recognition of your value. For some of us, it's important to just acknowledge this part. So allow yourself to connect and see what is it that this version requires from you. We're going to bring in all the support as a wave of light that enters the crown chakra, goes down into all your field, allowing that energy to purify all these connections to your father line and the cancellation of all contracts and loyalties. Good. And just allow yourself to embrace this version of you and welcome it back into your heart, allowing it to rest into your heart center with love, with gratitude, with peace. And gently just bring your awareness to your father. And we're just going to gently repeat internally, I claim my space in this lineage, and I request to be seen and respected and loved. Please bless my life and support my path as I move forward in this journey. So just allow yourself to internally repeat that, allowing yourself to bow to the existence of your father and grandfather with gratitude. And we're going to call in the vibrations of courage. We're going to bring in the vibration of courage so you can walk your path, even if it's different from the path of your ancestors. So just allow yourself to receive courage into your heart. And we're going to also bring in the vibration of compassion into your heart so that it can balance both masculine and feminine of your heart. Good. Now just allow yourself to see that in front of you, a flame of fire begins to shimmer. This flame is floating in front of you, and it's a spark of the fire within your soul. So allow yourself to take this beautiful spark of fire and place it into your heart center so that it feeds compassion, so that it feeds courage. And allow your heart to receive this transmission. Allow that flame to expand to all of your being, bringing life to your cells, organs, bringing new awareness into your experience and your perception. And just allow the fire to continue growing and touching your third eye. Allow your third eye to receive this flame and to burn away all veils or blocks or illusions that have been placed upon you or that you consciously choose or unconsciously choose to live by, and that you're ready to let go so that this fire can fuel your life forward with power, with grace. We're going to bring in the frequency of wisdom so that you can have wisdom as you see the world and as you see yourself. May you be able and willing to see what is needed to be released moving forward. And lastly, we're going to bring in the frequency of visionaries so that you can craft your own path in the exact way as your soul's desire. Just allow yourself to receive with gratitude all of these virtues. Allow your heart to expand. And gently just begin to see how you've been guided back to the first room. And in this room, it's only you and your soul. And your soul has in his hands another flame. This is the flame that needs to be seated now so that you can have all the necessary learnings before the next year, so that you can welcome the fire horse with passion, with grace, with courage, with speed, with stamina, and with power. So allow yourself to receive this flame again into your heart, merging into one flame. Good. Looking at your soul and thanking yourself for guiding the way. We're going to do a gentle invitation to our soul. We are going to give it permission to be our compass in our life. And we're going to request that our soul gives us messages, nudges, dreams, or communicate with us with clarity so that we can follow its desires with courage and grace. Allow yourself to receive anything else that your soul wants to give you. Gently, you will be guided out of the temple. You will find again yourself floating down through the different layers of the universe, down into your room, into your body, and connecting down again to the earth. And we thank your body for receiving all of this work. We ask that all of the work that we did today is for your highest good and your highest good only. We thank all spirit guides, ancestors, and souls that were present in this space, and all the other spirits, allies. We now release you from this space. And as this transmission comes to an end, feel free to begin to move your body gently and coming back into your space. And we ask that this session is for your highest good and your highest good only, without shock or trauma. May this session ripple out into your existence, into your reality, and create lasting evolutionary changes for you and your soul. May your path be blessed tonight and always. Thank you. Good. So gently beginning to move your body, feeling into your body. How is everybody feeling? Ooh. Hello, hello. Wow, that was good. How is everybody doing? I want to check in. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we? Thumbs up? Okay, good. Oh, hearts, thank you. I love that. Honestly, I feel that that's so thank you too, girl. I feel like after all that activation in our hearts are just like open and expanded and beautifully received. So thank you guys. So, any reflections, any questions that you have for me today after this beautiful transmission? I know everybody's just floating around, so maybe if you want to share anything so that it gets anchored, because it's also important to just acknowledge that. But the last layer just shed. Oh, thank you. That's a beautiful transmission. Thank you, Annalou. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Mission accomplished then. We are so happy that this is useful to you, and honestly, it's in service to everyone. So, if you like this session, I am launching a program that is called Break Free. It's going to be well, we are going to launch it soon, and it's going to take place in January, but it's going to be perfect for the last shedding so that we can receive the new year, the horse fire, with all the passion, power, and strength, which is very much what we need. But obviously, this is not for everyone. It's a lot of work. You will be receiving something similar, so you don't have to do much. You just have to show up for yourself and want to have that evolution on a soul level. The program is designed in 10 stages or 10 sessions. You will be guided in all 10 sessions. You will be supported during and after the session, and this is going to be a group program. So we're going to be very dynamic in that group, but the entire purpose is that you let go of all that has been keeping you stuck. And these are, in general, the fears of moving forward. And, you can look at it in my webpage. I won't take much of your time because we're already a little bit past, but I do want to take time because this is important for all of us. As you can know, the energy is rising. And as the energy rises, also the differences of the energy. So a lot of the triggers come out. We can even see it in the world. So these two parallels begin more and more acute. So we want to be on the other side of this so that we can have power, we can have purpose, and we can be in control of our mission, and our life. Okay, so one of the biggest illusions when I was channeling this program last year is that the what keeps us stuck is not our incapacity. We have a lot of power in our soul, and our soul has a lot to give to this world, but we sometimes think we're too small to do lasting changes and support others. So that is the biggest illusion of all, that we are all disconnected and that we cannot do much. So if you resonate with what we did today, or you're curious, just take a look at the Break Free Rebirth Portal. This is completely different new material from the one the last year. Last year was beautiful, and some of you are here, and it created a lot of change. Honestly, I would like maybe, I don't know if this is allowed anyway, but maybe you can read their testimonials in the webpage, because some of them were just fantastic, and a lot of them just changed their lives completely and are just in a new bandwidth. I'm gonna read a lot of. So one person is saying, "Thank you for sharing your gifts and your bridges with us. It was very much my pleasure. Thank you for receiving. And if you feel that this is good for anyone else, feel free to share with them the replay so that they can all receive. We're just creating a movement here so that everybody can receive this transmission and this session and this healing, and of course the bridges that we received. This again is not for everyone. This is a challenging journey, but we can have a lot of support during it, so you don't have to walk it alone. I was feeling sleepy. It was hard work with my old version, but it was beautiful. I love the fire frequency and the different messages. Thank you very much. My pleasure again. Yes, working with our past versions, especially 3 showed up for the collective today. So it was difficult. Maybe you are, and thank you for bringing this up. Maybe you resonated with all 3 versions. So feel free to see this transmission 3 times. Or maybe you saw more versions of you. Maybe you just saw one. So if you feel like you can do this again, feel free to do it again as many times as you want. And just see when it's complete. Obviously, in a group container, it's a little bit more challenging to do a constellation. This is a constellation / transmission. So we've everything here because that's what I do. But as you saw, there's a lot of path that we need to still clear. That's why break free is so important, because we're just going to dive deeper into different aspects. And one thing that is beautiful in the break free is that it comes with additional support one-on-one. It's not the group is a group container, but I am also offering one-to-one sessions. And for the early bird, I'm going to offer another free session and maybe something else, because as I was doing this transmission, there was a message that was received. So I'm just going to put it in the emails. So feel ready to read those emails. This was very helpful, Gigi. I was been working with my father wound recently, and my soul has been asking for the last few months. Your session was super aligned with my path. I'm so grateful to be here with you. My pleasure. Thank you for sharing that, and that's very true. I think that for the entire collective, the father wound felt very active. Honestly, I felt that the father wound was in the field of everyone, not only in the people that are here, also the people that will watch the replay. And this is important because as we were in a very feminine space, we were calling in all these energies of transformation. We were shown what is the main thing that we need to shed. And for all of us, me included, we need to work on the overworking and of overgiving. And obviously, there was some slavery things there. So I would invite you to allow this transmission to sink in for a few days. If you feel that you can do the replay again, feel free to do that. But just allow yourself to receive as much as possible. You will have access to this replay forever. So feel free to go back to it whenever you want it. But yes, just continue to be aware of, maybe in your dreams or in your visions or maybe in your meditations, how is this playing out for you? And feel free to share with me, and I can give you some guidance on it. One of the participants from last year is saying Break Free is a beautiful program. Would you like to share some words? Yes, thank you so much. Welcome, Annie. This is Annie, and she's a break-free participant for last year. So, Annie, how was this journey for you?
I think it's really transformative. It's hard and honest work. So obviously you need to do the work, but you are not alone. And I think that's a really important part of it because you are part of a collective that it's going through some, well, different kind of things, but in a way in a similar path. So you can share experiences, and also I think it's really complete because you have these one-on-one sessions, so you can go deeper in the aspects that uncover in the different sessions. So for everybody, it's different, and you can have this personal space to work in your stuff. And you can have this upgrade at the end of the program. So I recommend it a lot.
Thank you, Annie. Do you think that there was a transformation for you from this early February to now?
Sure, it had been in both in two different ways, but one of them it's I think it's one of the deeper things that I have been working on with you in many years in different layers. And still, but obviously in different, well, deeper and deeper. And in my professional life, I think it's been like it opens up a different path. In my case, is being becoming a yoga teacher. So I don't know, it's been opening many options about that, and it's been a really beautiful journey. So
Well,
yeah.
thank you for sharing, Annie. And it's beautiful to see you grow because honestly, we have been working for some time, and I'm so happy that you chose your path and that you chose to do things differently. And honestly, it's not easy. And that's one thing. Like there's a lot of types of healing and they're all okay, but there's surface level healing and then it's the real juicy stuff, right? So here we do the juicy stuff.
Yeah. We do.
So thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing so much
Thank
again, and it was beautiful to see your baby there. Oh,
Yeah, she's always here.
she loved the energy. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. It's beautiful to have a participant share its experiences. And obviously, thank you so much. Is anybody else want to share anything that happened during the session today or that you want some clarity? I'm happy to offer that because we want you to succeed and we want you to obviously receive next year with all the power and courage, right? So, is there anything else that you want from me tonight, or you feel complete, or you want to share? I'm open. Mm, no? All right. Well, if you feel like something important to share, I'm always open. I love to receive feedback because you don't have to do this alone. One thing that a lot of people don't know is that my path was really, really difficult. I in many ways you can read that in my website, but one of the things that really marked me and the reason why I do this work is because I had no support, and that makes the journey super difficult. But if you have someone that has walked the path and that is willing to walk it with you, is life changing. And obviously, I am a channeler and I try to do this as a pure vessel. So it is when you are in my containers, it's not me who's speaking, it's the guidance. So everything that I do is channeled, and you will probably know the difference when you start talking directly to me. But yeah, it's obviously a different vibration. So thank you so much for your time. I want everybody to just close your eyes and feel gratitude for everything that you received today. We're also gonna thank your soul for hearing the call. And we're just gonna call back our energy from the space, cleanse, clear, and return back to you. We're going to ask that if you need more support, more transformation, and more healing, that you find the right support at this time. If it's with Break Free, I'm more than happy to support you. And if it's not with me, then you may shown the person and the collective that can support you in this journey. Thank you so much. One last thing, the guides want to bless all of you for receiving this. So expect blessings, unexpected blessings into your life soon. Thank you. And whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Thank you once more for your time. I value all of your energies and presence. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for doing your work. Honestly, you don't know how important this is. It changes the frequency of the humanity and the collective, and it also gives me purpose. So thank you for that, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.